Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Echo. In today's video, as you can tell from the title, I have a book haul because it has been one more year since my last date of birth, so I got more books because that's how birthdays work. Anyway, let's just before we get into it, actually, I'd just like to say sorry I kind of dipped out of nowhere. I kind of just went super inactive for like a bit over a month, I think. I just haven't been feeling super motivated, but I am working on a couple of videos which should be out in the next couple weeks. Don't quote me on that though, because I am a liar. But I will try and get them out in the next couple weeks, so just prepare for those, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, basically I got books for my birthday, so let's just get into the ones that I got. Now, these two I'm gonna present together because technically I got these two like kind of way before my birthday. By the way, this is Blood Over Bright Haven by Emma Wong and Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, and I got these both like a couple months before my birthday. I got this one like in late March, and this one whenever it came out. I think it was like in June. I think it was June 17th when it came out, so that's when I got it. But both these books were originally on my list for books that I wanted for my birthday, but I got them before then, so yeah. By the way, I'm not gonna do like super in-depth explanations about what all these books are about because I'm just simply bad at that, and I don't feel like reading the synopsises of all these books, so you're gonna get what I give you. So yeah, also I read both of those too, but this one obviously is a romance. Basically, these two people start having their thoughts like interconnect for some reason, and they like hear the same melody of song, and they have to come together to like finish the song so they can go on their merry ways. And obviously they don't do that and they fall in love, but because this is a romance book obviously. But there's some other stuff. There's like the main character Johnny is dealing with some family stuff because her family owns this like music center sort of thing where they have a bunch of bands come and play, but they're gonna have to shut it down because it's like not as successful as it was. And also Johnny's mother has like either dementia or was Alzheimer's, one of the ones, and her memory's kind of going, so she's dealing with that. Also, apparently her best friend's hiding something from her. I don't know what. Well, actually I do. I just don't remember. But because I finished this book, I just don't remember what happens. Anyway, but basically that stuff's also happening during it, so gotta figure stuff out. I don't know what I'm saying. But that's basically what this book is about. And then this one is like dark academia, fantasy book, and it deals with stuff like I feel like it deals with like social issues that you could like experience, that like is experienced in the real world and put into a book, and I feel like it's done really well. And like I feel like, you know, when like a character's supposed to be like a bad person and they like piss you off, they like actually piss you off. I feel like that's when you know like a writing in a book is good, is when it actually makes you feel like mad about it, or like anything, I guess. But like there's a bunch of moments where this book made me feel mad, but like in like a really good writing sort of way. But also, I also finished this one, obviously, because I don't know what I'm saying anymore. This is getting off track. let's just get into the next books. I'm gonna start with from like into the haul that I got recently. I'm gonna start with the books that I have already read, because that just makes sense to me. So first one is Of Monsters and Mainframes by Barbara Truelove. This is so good. This is like those other two books I really love, but this one, I don't know, it might be because I read it like the most recently, like out of all these books, or all the ones that I've read right here, but I don't know, for some reason I have like such emotion towards this. This is like a sci-fi paranormal horror with like found family in it, and basically the main like character is a ship. Her name's Demeter, and basically she takes people back and forth from Earth and this Alpha Centauri place, and basically she has this problem where her passengers are all dying because for some reason paranormal creatures are getting on to the ship and attacking people. So that's kind of what happens. And the first attack is by Dracula. It says that on the back of the book, by the way, so it's not a spoiler, just so you know. But basically she ends up, this book also goes over like a lot of years. It's not just like over a really quick like succession of time, like it goes over a lot of years. But anyway, basically she teams up with like this ragtag team of a bunch of different paranormal creatures and people to take down the ultimate evil, Dracula, because he started this whole thing of a bunch of paranormal things getting onto her ship, or like her, I don't know, because Demeter is the ship, but you know what I mean. And basically they have to like work together. Also, this book is queer, because it is, I don't know. But yeah, that one. The next one, which is the last one out of these that I have actually read before, is Pure Nessie by Susanna Clarke. I really love this book. It's just so good. It's like weirdly heartfelt. Also, this is another fantasy. Basically, it follows, also before I actually go into the kind of synopsis, I do recommend reading this one without really knowing anything about it, because I feel like you can really like enjoy it more if you don't know anything that's gonna happen. Because I don't know, I just feel like I feel like you should know the least amount possible about this book before you read it, because I feel like it gives more. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But basically, a little synopsis, it's about Pure Nessie. He lives in this labyrinth, and he goes about and documents all the stuff, all the different rooms in the labyrinth and stuff, and writes them down. And every 2 times a week, he meets this other person in the labyrinth called the Other, and basically tells him like what he found in the labyrinth that week and stuff. And yeah, they meet up, but stuff starts happening, and Pure Nessie starts noticing things, and things aren't quite adding up, and stuff happens. That's what that book is about. But anyway, that's that one. So let's get into the books that I haven't read before. So first one we got is Lie With Me by Philippe Besson. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but it's this one. This is a literary fiction, I believe. It's also a coming of age, I think. So it basically follows this guy, which he has the main character of this book has the same name as the author. So I don't know why it's I don't know why that is, but I just read that actually because I didn't really look too close at the back last time. But basically, it starts out with Philippe, who sees a man who looks like strikingly resembles his old lover that he had in high school, and it like goes back and tells the story of that sort of thing. And basically it's just their affair and like a coming of age. Well, it's not really an affair, but their relationship and the coming of age of that sort of stuff, and their relationship that they had. But yeah, of like a first love. You know what I mean. But yeah, that's that one. I don't know why the author and the main character have the same name. I don't know. I didn't really read that part before, but anyway, Jesus, let's just get into the next ones, because we have quite a few to go. So the next one I got is Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead by Olga Tokarczuk. I don't know if I probably butchered that last name. I'm sorry. Listen, I say this all the time, but I just read words. I don't say them. So I can't pronounce a lot of things because I don't know how. But it's also the same thing with spelling, weirdly enough. I feel like I've gotten a bit better, but I used to be like, and I'm still kind of am, not that great at spelling, even though I read more than I did then, but I don't know. But anyway, this is like a literary murder mystery, I believe, where apparently it follows some sort of poetry or something, or some sort of poet, I don't know. And basically a neighbor turns up dead and other bodies are discovered in like increasingly strange circumstances, and this person, the main character inserts herself into the investigation, certain that she knows who done it, if anyone would actually like pay attention to what she's saying. So that's what it's about. Also, apparently this is that it's in like a remote Polish village this takes place. Yeah, this is also for some reason I expected this one to be smaller. I don't know why. It's probably because whenever I see this book, most of the time it's of the other cover. It's like the book that's like the entire thing is entirely blue. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like that better than this. But alas, I can't change that. But yeah, there's that one. And then the next one we got is Blood on Her Tongue by Joanna Van Veen. This, from what I've heard about it, is a sapphic vampire horror book. And basically, it's in the Netherlands of 1887. Lucy's sister, Sarah, is not feeling great. She's basically not eating and increasingly obsessed with a centuries-old corpse recently discovered on her husband's grand estate. And apparently the doctor diagnosed her with temporary insanity, and Lucy, to protect her sister from being like admitted into an asylum, has to figure out like what's going on with it and like unravel the mystery of her sister's condition. And it's clear that Sarah, the twin, is hiding something, but Lucy is also hiding something of her own. Then stuff happens and Sarah becomes angry and hungry wonder what that could mean. And Lucy's thinking that something's trying to take over her sister, or like possess her sister, or she's wondering if it's madness. But basically she must reckon with the dark, monstrous truth or risk losing her forever. So yeah, that's what this is about. I don't know what the sapphic part in this book is. I don't know if one of these characters is like hiding the fact that they like women or something, but I don't know. It's something like that. But anyway, that's that one. And then the next one we got is this one, which is a chonker. It is On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden. This is a graphic novel. Also, it's way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be way skinnier than it is. It's like a bit over 500 pages. And it's like two timelines, but they're like interconnected. And basically one timeline is this restoration crew is going into the deepest reaches of space to rebuild broken structures to piece together the past. And then also the other timeline is two girls meeting in boarding school and falling in love only to learn the pain of loss. And basically it's two interwoven timelines. And yeah, this book's also queer. I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure like maybe over 90% of the books that I got are queer, but that's because it's the type of books I like to read. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna read this one first out of all of them, just because Jesus, I am still pretty much in my reading slump right now, and I feel like I need something that's like quick to read. Also, I have to say I've kind of like flipped like really quickly through it like this, and the vibes look so cool, I'm gonna be honest. So I'm probably gonna read this one first just to try and evade or try and get out of my reading slump, because I've been in it for like a couple months now, I'm gonna be honest. I read nothing last month, so I want to try and read again, but I'm struggling. But anyway, the next one is Angels Before Man by Raphael Nicholas. And this is basically a queer retelling of the fall of Satan. And I'm pretty sure this is also, yeah, this is the first book in a series. I think there are two other books. I believe one of them might be a novella though. Cause I'm pretty sure it is, cause the other book is, or the second one, it's called Angels and Man. And sorry, I keep coughing. I'm not used to talking this much because it's been a while since I've done one of these videos, so my throat's getting affected by it. But there's one other book that I just found actually that goes in between those two, so I'm assuming it's some sort of novella that goes in between, at least I think. But yeah, this is queer retelling. By the way, I do recommend check trigger warnings for some of these books, because this one I know says trigger warnings in the very beginning of it, because it does. Some books don't have trigger warnings in them, so I do recommend just checking them in case, because I do know this one has some stuff that some people might be sensitive to, and also some other ones, like any like horror, anything like that, I feel like you should definitely check trigger warnings. Even if it doesn't have horror, I feel like you should probably, but just in case, do check trigger warnings for these books that I'm saying, in case you want to check out any of them. Okay, I had to get a drink of water real quick. But anyway, the next one we got here is When the Tides Held the Moon by Vanessa Vita Kelly. This one right here, it's also queer. Whoa. Basically, this follows the main character, Benny, who works at, I think in, Coney Island, I'm pretty sure. And basically they're getting this new exhibit because they kidnapped a merman, because why not? They just did, all right? But they took him and they putting him there, and Benny and it's Rio, right? Yeah, Rio is like a kindred spirit or something, and they become friends and then lovers, and Benny is like debating whether or not to set Rio free because he could lose like everything, like his found family and all that sort of stuff, and his true love or something, but it could also yet Benny's courageous choice may just reveal a love strong enough to free them both. I don't know, but it has to do with that, and basically that's it. And also, I will say, I'm pretty sure there is a lot of Spanish use in this. There is a glossary in the back for like when there's other languages used. So just letting you know, if you don't know other languages, I'm pretty sure a lot of use of that. Also, just real quick, if we look at just the inner covers or the end pages, because that's really cool. I think the art's really cool. I love when hardcovers have like some sort of design on the actual hardcover. This one doesn't, but it has cool end pages. And also there's like actual art sporadically through the book, and I really like that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't get why people never mention that. Like, whenever I see people talking about books that have art in them, I never know until I actually have the book. Cause like, they just never mention it, and I'm like, why don't you tell me? Why can't you tell me? Because I didn't know until after I had gotten it. Why can't you just tell me? Why can't you tell me the truth? Alright, anyway, next one, we got, The Lesbiana's Guide to Catholic School. Basically, it follows our main character, who in her last school was outed as gay by her, at the time, crush and her ex-best friend. She then transferred to this all-girls Catholic school, I'm pretty sure. And it's, well, is it an all-girls Catholic school? I don't think it says that. It actually says it's a mostly white, very rich Catholic school, so I don't know if it's actually an all-girls, but I don't know, it doesn't say that actually, but basically, she's keeping it secret there that she's gay because she doesn't want people to know, and her mission is to like keep her brother safe and also not to fall in love with anyone, and like keeping her being gay secret, I guess. But apparently it's very difficult for her when the only outly queer girl there is apparently super perfect, and she is basically gonna have a crush on her, and also make her mom proud also. And basically she's pretending to be straight and trying to not fall in love with the girl, and trying to figure out what would a straight girl do. So that's this book, and it's also a YA. I don't think I've mentioned that for any of the other books, but I don't think any of the other ones were young adult. Were them? I don't think any of the other ones were young adult, but this one is young adult. But yeah, that's that one. And then this one I believe is also young adult. This is Vesuvius by Caspian. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But this has something, I believe it has to do with Greek mythology, or some sort of mythology, but it has to do with final days of Pompeii, and two boys must untangle myth, magic, and memory to escape the burning city alive. I am too lazy to read the synopsis of this one, so you're gonna have to look it up yourself. But yeah, it has something to do with that. It's also queer, and also the cover is very pretty. Also, it has undercover art, which is cool. and I like it. It's really cool. I love when books have this like sort of stuff, and it doesn't even have to be like really complicated or a finished illustration like this. I just like something on the actual undercover because I just like that. But anyway, that is that one. And then the next one we got is Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. I don't know. It has to do with lesbian necromancers, so this is also the first book in the series. It's a sci-fi, sapphic, something. I don't know. But also, it's a lot of people have, from what I've seen, have seemed to find this book, or this entire book series, kind of confusing to read. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like, I tend to like books that people find confusing. I don't know why, but when it comes to like, when I tend to read like books that people have said are confusing, I tend to like them. So I'm assuming I'll like this one. So anyway, that is that one. The next one we got, I actually, what am I saying? Anyway, this one is Desert Echoes by Abdi Nazimian? I'm saying that wrong. I'm sorry. Also, if you're wondering, yes, this book did first catch my attention because it had Echo in it. All books that have my name in it catch my attention, okay? I can't help it. This is, I believe, also a young adult. I think the rest of these are young adult. I don't know that for sure, but I don't know. But this has to do with the main character, and basically he went to some sort of foresty place or something, I don't know, with his friend, and they went out and went on a walk, and somehow his friend then was lost, and the main character was the only one that came back. And basically a school trip sets that they're going to go to that place where his friend was lost, and he decides he wants to get closure and find out kind of what happens, but he ends up almost meeting the same fate as his friend, and he has to figure out if he wants to let love into his life again or something like that. Also, if you watched my channel before, you definitely would know I've mentioned before the author Elliot Schreffer, who wrote one of my all-time favorite books, The Darkness Outside Us, which I've mentioned so much on my channel. If you've watched my videos before, you definitely you must have heard me mention somewhere The Darkness Outside Us. But he has a little blurb on the back of this book, which I find really cool, because I don't know, I find it cool when I find like books that have like either authors that I have on the books or authors that I've read on them as well. Also, I didn't notice that he had a little blurb on the back until I had already until after I got the book. So that's magical. Okay, next one we have In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. I don't really remember what this one's about, but it has to do with pirates and a prince, and I'm pretty sure it is also queer, I know that, and I think people fall in love, and I don't know, apparently somebody's watching over a prisoner. I don't know, it has to do with some stuff like that, some sort of pirate stuff. And it's gay. So yeah, that's that one. Next one we got is Legendborn by Tracy Dion. This is a fantasy book. I don't remember exactly what it's about, but this is a first in a book series. I thought it was only gonna be a trilogy, but I'm pretty sure I saw that it's actually, there's gonna be a 4th book coming out, which will be cool. If I like this one, then obviously I'm gonna have to get the rest of the series. But I did originally thought that it was only gonna be a trilogy. But I guess there's gonna be another one. Because I remember seeing somewhere that there was. I don't remember. But anyway, the next one we got is Most Ardently by Gabe Cole Novoa. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. But basically, this is like a Pride and Prejudice retelling. Basically, it's where the girl character, he is trans and is falling in love with the dude that's the main dude character, and it's gay and they fall in love. It's basically, it's just a story, but gay. I haven't read the Pride and Prejudice actually, so I don't know if I'd be missing some sort of like context if I read this book without that. But I'm probably gonna read this without reading that first because I simply don't care. But yeah, that's that one. And then I am going to cut to a me in the future because I am still waiting for 2 books to get here. So I gotta wait for those to show you. So it will cut to the future me right now. It's me from the future. Wow, amazing. I finally got both the books that I was waiting for. So let's just get real quick right into it. So the first one or not the first, I don't know what I'm saying. The first one is The Adventures of Amina al-Safari by Shannon. I don't know how to say that last name, and I don't want to butcher it. So, this book by this author, also the cover's really cool, by the way. I didn't really notice, like, the actual kraken under here before, but that's really cool. Basically, it's just following the adventures of this person, and also it's like, I think it has to do with pirates in something. This is probably the worst explanation of this video, I'm gonna be honest. But you know what? It's how it is. But anyway, yeah, this is some sort of pirate fantasy book following, obviously, the adventures of Amina. So, that's what this one's about. Next one, and the final book of this book haul. Amazing. That is Hamijin Luck by Makana Yamamoto. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but sorry if I'm not. But anyway, this is a sci-fi heist book, and also, for some reason, I don't know why, I got an uncorrected proof version of this book. It's the first edition of this, and it's not, these aren't for sale, obviously. It says it literally on there that they're not for sale. So I don't know why I got this copy of it, because it also, like I said, it says in the inside, whatever the publishing part of the book, it says that this is a first edition of it. I don't know why I got this, because I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to, but whatever, I have it now. But anyway, like I said, it is a sci-fi heist sort of book, and basically it follows the main character, Eddie, who was, like, done with crime, because they had been in jail for 8 years at that point, and got an opportunity at parole. So they were able to get out and stuff. But basically, the reason why they were in jail is because of Angel, who was, I believe, like, their heist partner. They did heist things together, and basically on their last heist, Angel, like, sold Eddie out and caused them to be put in prison, obviously. And then basically, when Eddie walks out of prison, who do they see other than Angel? Because of course she's there for some reason. But basically the reason is she is offering one last job to take down the trillionaire tech god that they failed to take out before, which I believe was also the like heist that Angel sold out Eddie on, which kinda yikes. Jesus, hold on a second. Sorry, I inhaled my own spit. I had to hack up my lungs for a second. But basically, like I said, they were taking out, she's offering to have Eddie come with her and take out the same trillionaire tech god that they were dealing with before. But the thing is, Eddie does not want to have to trust Angel, because obviously I wouldn't. Like, she's just gonna come out of nowhere and be like, yeah, I sent you to jail for 8 years, but like, wanna come commit another crime with me? Like, but yeah, basically Eddie does not want to have to trust Angel and do this crime job again. But I'm obviously, because this is a whole book, I'm pretty sure they agree to do it, but I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't, gonna be honest. Like, I hope that they make Eddie not, like, really easily forgive Angel, because it pisses me off when, like, characters in, like, whatever, it could not just, like, a book, but, like, a show or anything, like, they immediately forgive people, and, like, if, like, people are mean or rude or whatever, like, or just, like, dicks to them, they're just immediately forgive, or they just don't acknowledge it, and it's just, oh, that never happened, don't worry about it. And I'm like, that pisses me off. Don't forgive people immediately. They don't, especially if they don't deserve it. Like, especially if they did something really bad, that it pisses me off when characters do that. Because I want Eddie to give Angel kind of a hard time in this book, and like actually give him a hard time. But yeah. Also, I don't know if this copy of the book is gonna be super different than the like actual published version, because arcs tend to be a bit different than like the published book. But I was thinking, because my library has copies of this book, so I was thinking maybe after I read this one, rent one from the library and see if it's like actually different from the like actual published book, because I'm just curious. But yeah, again, I don't know why I got like basically an arc. I don't know why I got this, but I did. But anyway, that is the end of this book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed me talk somewhat less nonsensically than I do normally. My words made some sort of sense in this video, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more videos from me speaking absolute nonsense, I post both book and art content, which I actually posted only one art video so far, but there's gonna be some more that I'm gonna post. But if you guys enjoy that or want to see more of that, please do make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, if you guys, let me know in the comments down below if you guys have read any of these books, and what your thoughts are on them. But no spoilers. I'll be real mad if I see a comment and there's a spoiler in it. I'll be real mad. Don't spoil books. But anyway, yeah, that's it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.